Okay, folks, let's get started here. That clock is wrong. It's already 7:03. So we have Wilson. Any way to turn that off?
You can take it with you.
Okay.
I have the TV broadcast.
We got Wilson, N4ZQT, Smokey, KE6IVK, Bob, KI4JWK, Porter, KG4GTK, Brad, WA4HBM, David, KB4ESN, Linda, can you turn that off? AK4GZ, and Glenn, AK4HA. Everybody's all spread out as usual, so I've got to probably need to oil this shaft on here because I'll be moving it around a lot. Okay. See, for July, odd numbered month, therefore we'll be at hit the wrong button. Frisch's on Harrodsburg Road for I went completely into the wrong thing here.
131.
Huh?
1721-31.
Yeah. What works for you folks? Where's the let's see, which one is the
Third and 17th.
24th works for me.
24th is the fourth Thursday.
yeah, okay. Okay, does that how would the 24th be for here we go. So I know, so it's okay for the Dawsons, right? How about anybody else who wants to go? Can you make it on the 24th? Okay, 24th it is. 11:30 at Frisch's. And as you may have noticed, Yahoo did not send out any reminders about the meeting tonight, despite the fact that it was on the calendar and I checked it. So you may wish to not rely on that. You may wish to have reminders on your phone or whatever. I quit putting reminders on my phone for KY-QRP stuff. I thought, well, I set up Yahoo to send out 2 reminders for every event, and I know the first one did not come out for tonight. I don't know about the second one.
No came out.
Okay, yeah, neither one came out. And I looked and verified it was on the calendar, and I did request like 1 day in advance and 3 hours in advance. So Yahoo's just messed up.
You want me to put that in the paper for your meetings?
Well, you mean in the newsletter?
No, in the,
Herald Leader? If we were going to do some promotion, I'd say promote bars. This is more of a general interest kind of a thing.
bars in anyway.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's good, yeah.
QRP.
If people show up ahead of time and we don't know who they are, I can tell them who we are. But that's good. That's good publicity for bars, though. That's good. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about field work, because I know we got stuff to talk about on that. For field day, what did anybody ever, when I came out to Veterans Park, you guys hadn't set up. Did anybody try to set up out there? Okay. So, did any of you do any field day work QRP in the final analysis? Okay.
Due to rain and illness, we will.
Yeah, okay, all righty. Well, AG4EP down in Louisville did. I think he posted to the group about it, and I did one E from home. I forget how many contacts I made. It was pretty typical for. I didn't think 10 meters was as good as it has been in the recent past, but I made a few contacts, and 15 and 20 were pretty good, and I also ran QRP. Just a second. I also ran QRP over the weekend at IARU from home, and 15 was the best band. Yes, sir?
40 was a good band on field day.
Uh-huh. Yeah. It almost always is in this part of the country. Probably if you're on the West Coast, it wouldn't be, but
We were getting West Coast contacts.
on 40. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Late at night, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's when I'd expect it to be the best to the West Coast. Okay, I've got, for just whoever wants it, a little booklet here called Tuna 10.2 QRPP Transmitter Kit. I don't know how I ended up with this, but it is, and it's dated July 2001. So if they're still making the Tuna 10.2, it may be a good bit different now than it was then. And then it's also got something called Fort Smith QRP Group VE3 DNL marker generator. So does anybody want this? If not, it goes to Brad. Okay.
I've got too many radios as it is.
Thanks, sir.
They just going through some stuff at the house and came across
I
that.
remember the first Tuna 10, it came out, what, 1975?
Is that what it was? Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, so I got distracted from talking about field work, but
How many do you need?
I know that you all were out last Thursday, okay? But how about, weren't you all out another time back in June in between the meeting and field day? Did you go out?
No, I think Roger went.
Okay.
One day.
Okay, it might
We're
be.
going this weekend to the horse park we're down on a Friday and we'll stay there the weekend.
Okay, so this is the official thing that Roger was talking about. Okay, so that will be, you go out there fairly early on Friday morning?
Well, probably not. I don't
Okay.
know. When we publish, we'll tell you what that is.
Okay,
Weather permitting.
Well, I
We
mean-
gotta get weather, work, we all gotta be
yeah.
healthy.
Well, that might actually work out pretty good with this cold front coming in. They're talking about it being, record low cold, which this time of year is actually good. So, okay. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it because I had forgotten about that. Roger was talking about it and I even posted to the Yahoo group. Okay. So this coming Friday, and then you're going to stay Friday night and then operate most of Saturday and then tear down?
I thought we were gonna stay through Saturday and come home Sunday.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not.
She's
Yeah,
gonna
that's-
leave the car, I don't know if she's leaving.
It just, okay, so it's like you may be out there by yourself, but you'll still be there.
Okay. Well,
So,
I'm not sure, we have not talked about the times or anything else since we decided to go do it.
okay. All righty. Well, I just basing that on what Roger had said about going out fairly early.
Yeah. That's probably good information.
But it may, if it's still, 75 degrees, there's probably no real need to go out that early. So, okay. Okay, does anybody else have anything to report in terms of field work, either that had occurred or planned? I guess I was going to ask you for more details about last Thursday because I just came out around 1:30, 2 o'clock, and how did you all do in terms of contacts and stuff?
We've had a few, we don't count a lot of them, we named several.
Okay.
And then we sat around, talked, and
Yeah.
big thing I think I accomplished was I got good enough with my crossbow pistol that I could shoot that thing over a tree now and put an antenna up pretty quick.
Oh, okay.
Made things go a lot quicker.
Yeah, so you can get a little higher than just throwing a tire weight or something, right? Okay, cool. Well, then the next time that I come out, I'll ask you to use that for me.
Okay. I'll give it to you and let you go do it. It's easy.
Okay, yeah, and in fact, I've got a bunch of that stuff that I accumulated, went to Walmart and bought fishing reels and stuff like that, and slingshots and stuff, but I just never did, and I've got it in one of the tubs that I bring out, I just have never tried to use any of it, so, okay. So before we leave field work, anybody with anything else to report along those lines? Bob, any field work while you've been out fishing or anything like that?
Unfortunately not. I'm the efficient.
Okay, how about, now it's not exactly kit building time and stuff like that, but anybody doing anything with kits? Anybody got any kits on order? Seen new, interesting kits?
Clint's been on eBay a lot.
Did you win the lottery, Glenn?
No, I didn't. One of them was $19 and the other one thing I bought was $6.
Okay.
I got a little tilt for my 817 set on.
Oh, okay.
And coming out of China. And then I got a little MFJ clock like Roger has.
Uh-huh.
You've seen his, I guess. It's got UTC and
It's real cute, it's only about this big, it's real portable.
yeah.
Uh-huh, okay.
Real QRP.
I saw him with it. I said, "That's really cool. I gotta have one of them."
Uh-huh.
I ordered it right there on the spot.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the stand for your 817 because, my homebrew one does the job, but it certainly doesn't look like much.
Yeah.
So, if your stand is,
This is no great feat of engineering. It's
yeah, well, and there's been, I saw some place where somebody was saying, you can use a CD case and make a holder for those things.
Oh yeah, I've seen them.
Because when the way those things are hinged, they only go back, to a certain level, and you can just, it's the radio's a little big for it, but it'll still work. But
Well, this is a couple U-shaped wires.
Okay.
And, that tilts, and you tighten the knobs up on the side of it.
okay,
One of them's a lot larger than the other. The legs are shorter than the overall other pieces that it sits on.
okay, alrighty.
And he's been looking at CW gears.
I was just looking,
It's his birthday month.
Oh, I see. All right, he's been celebrating his birthday all month, huh? Being out on eBay. Yeah, I've had a set of bencher paddles for basically my entire amateur career, and I wouldn't use anything else. So
I've got that, and I really love mine.
I mean, mine were. I probably paid $30 or $40 when I bought mine, and now I think they're probably like $120 or something like that. So, okay, let's see here. What am I forgetting, if anything? How about just general operating? Anything to report along those lines? Interesting QSOs made, good DX or anything like that? Well, on the topic of kits and stuff, you haven't worked on your 2A3 transmitter yet, have you?
Don't change it.
Okay.
I'm not on the internet.
Yeah, like I said, I worked IARU QRP mixed Saturday, running the TR log software, which requires Windows 95 or Windows 98. And I've got this old Windows 98 box, and it crapped out about 6 o'clock. I was able to save my log, so I didn't get to operate as long as I wanted to, but I did do that. Picked up a couple new countries. I think I have 93 countries work now in QRP, so I'm getting ever closer to that 100.
Great.
So, well, no applause till I get to the 100. The more you have, the harder it is. So, okay. I don't guess I hit anything else on my agenda. It's only 7:17. Kind of a short crew tonight, but can anybody think of anything else that they have want to talk about? Yes, sir, right there.
I wanted to bring up something which is not really that related to KY-QRP, but it's something that we had discussed before.
That's okay.
That is the Raspberry Pi.
Uh-huh.
And do you have any applications for that for radio purposes?
Well, I'm going to use mine to run a global tuner. And have you ever messed with those, Dawn, Raspberry Pi thing?
Don't have it.
Okay.
I own one, but I've never used it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of a simple switch. You can run all kinds of programs with it, whatever you want to do. You can even remote your radio with it.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a Linux-based system.
yeah.
Mostly
mhm.
Linux-based, yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand that they've got a brand new model of that thing, I call it the B plus or B1 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
They have two models that I know of.
Yeah, the B's, it's not all that new, but, yeah.
The B plus, I think, is, yeah.
The B plus?
Has,
Mhm. That's what they just announced, is something called B plus.
Okay.
And I can't tell you what exactly the differences are, but it's like $35.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I bought a B, or maybe it was a B plus, I don't know. There were two different models I could buy. One was the old one.
Yeah.
It only had one USB port on it. This one has two. And this one has an Ethernet connector on it.
That's the B's. I think the A's didn't have the Ethernet stuff on it.
yeah, I've got a B because I wasn't about to buy one without an Ethernet connector on it. So okay, so this new one is a B plus, and presumably it's got something.
It's got 4 USB ports.
Oh, okay.
That's one thing I read about it.
Yeah, well, I don't think the plain old B has that many, probably.
That's two.
Just two. Okay.
There was a review of the
But you
thing
can
on
add.
BBC website.
You just give it expansion.
Yeah.
I think the problem is you can't power too much through
The
it.
thing about it is,
They've got updated
Yeah.
goes into it, the more you need.
Yeah. I've already bought a powered hub for mine because you can't really power. But in fact, some of the powered hubs that people use with them, they power the whole Raspberry Pi with the hub. So
I understand from reading the review on this thing that it has enough power, this new one, B plus,
Uh-huh.
that you can actually run an external hard drive on it.
wow.
So you'll want
Okay.
to check on that, make sure I'm correct.
So that's got, okay, well, that's just what that's got is a whole lot bigger power supply
Yeah,
then.
that's what I was thinking.
I'm running 2 terabyte hard drive off of my hub. Okay. And I have both the keyboard, the mouse. Okay. Running off the hub is self-reporting. It doesn't use the power from this, because I've learned that by burning up the power supply, that this will not handle that much on it. Plus, I'm using a US Wi-Fi dongle in it that gives me full Wi-Fi off of the board itself, and it works nice. I've downloaded stuff. In fact, well, I've got an iCore 7 that runs Windows 7. It's a touchscreen desktop, and it's all in one. And it does TV and everything. And sometimes the Raspberry Pi is faster on the internet than the iCore 7. Now, my other little 360 AMD, it is so slow that I have times that I'm going to pick it up through the windshield,
Yeah.
the window of the house.
Yeah.
While it's raining. I really ruined it.
Yeah.
Well, there's a little word on CNET that says, saying what's new, not that much in truth. Raspberry Pi Foundation describes it as the final evolution of the original Raspberry Pi. The main 2 additions are 2 extra USB ports, bringing it up to 4, and then allowing more methods of cheap storage.
Okay.
You can now, for example, connect a keyboard, a mouse, and a Wi-Fi dongle, and a 2.5-inch hard drive all at once.
Okay.
So do you have one already, Brad?
No, I don't have one. I'm just curious about
I
it.
think I would probably maybe look at like the BeagleBone Black. I think it's a little beefier machine. BeagleBone Black.
Yeah, that's what Don was saying.
That's a different one.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit beefier, and I think it's got some better GPIO stuff on it.
Easier to do some of the stuff we do, I think.
But to answer your question, Brad, I don't know, you might also check with Bobby Rolfe, but what I think I'm gonna do with mine is get it going to run a global tuners node. There's the guy in Columbus, there's a guy in Columbus that has cited a node for me. And as I provided the receiver and he provides the computer. And, but their electricity rates are twice what ours are. So if he has a computer sitting there running 24/7, just to run that node, it gets a little expensive. So supposedly it can be done. Supposedly a global tuner node can be run on a Raspberry Pi, but I don't think it's actually been done yet. But it looks like all the pieces and parts are there. By the way, along those lines, one thing I was going to mention is August QST has a review of the Ten-Tech Rebel. Now, I don't know, does anybody here have one of those? I think John Marks does mention that he had one. But it's it's basically an open source QRP radio. And the thing is it's everything is there to be a radio just out of the box. You don't have to do anything to it if you don't want to. But then it's an Arduino thing that you can go in and write your own software for it if you so desire. So
What was that called again?
the Ten-Tech Rebel, REBEL, and that's in August QST. It's got the product review section of QST. It's in there. Okay, folks, it's about 7:25, so I'll make the last call for anything that y'all can think of related to QRP. Otherwise, we'll pack up and get out of here and let bars get going. Thank you all for coming out.